In this video, we'll talk about access controls in the portal. If we go to Admin Settings, to Global ACLs, this is where you set the global level access controls. There are also company level access controls and individual object level access controls. So from here, if I wanted to add one at the global level, I do the options drop down to add, and I could say, okay, for all companies, I want to make sure that, say, a specific device type such as firewalls is not accessible by my new hires group, a security group of new hires. So by doing this, I've just created a rule that will state that from the global level looking down, that new hires will not be able to access firewalls. And then once I submit it, it is now a rule. So you can set rules at the global level and also at the company level. So if we go down to this company, we'll open a company here. From here I can go to the security tab, and now I have some permissions I can set on the company level. General access permissions. So for here I can go through and I can set which security groups or particular users, groups, and users I'd like to add to either deny or allow permission. But you also have some options here below. You can block all users not specified above. This means that if you have not defined certain users and granted them access, then you can kind of just block everybody that is not listed as having access. You can also block all company users not specified above. Company user being a specific type of user that is given out to your clients in order for them to access their information. So you can block them as well. You can also require users to have access to see objects. This will mean that they will need to have explicit access on the individual objects ACL in order to open them. They'll be able to see them in the listing, but they won't be able to open them. You also have the denial of edit permissions, where you can have explicit denial of edit. You can do explicit denial of delete for a company. And we can also do this when we go down to an individual object at a company. By going to the security tab, which looks very similar to the one you saw under the company. So you would go through the same processes here as under that company ACL. Another thing about ACLs is the test access section here. And the way this works is, since you have the ability to set controls at the individual object, the company, and the global levels, it is possible to create a conflict. So let's say you had created some rule for a new hire group, but it was not working exactly the way you expected it to. You can go through this and select a particular object at a particular company to see why it may or may not be working. So you get these feedback of all of these values, and you can see what's true and what's false. And you can also review this KB article in order to figure out what the problem may have been in your setup and configuration of ACLs. If you have further questions about this while setting up ACLs in your portal, please feel free to reach out to us at support@it-portal.com. Thank you.